Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for week number 8 of the Strange Brew Racing Legend Series. These guys have been tearing up the local short tracks like nobody's business. Tonight we got a little bit of a friendly rivalry between Mr. Dean Qualley in that 17 and Logan McNitt in the 70. Dean went and stole Logan's backup car and he's running it tonight. You'll notice that they're running in the same paint scheme. And Dean's like, well, I'd rather tear up your stuff than tear up my own. So there might be some fighting words there. All right, we're getting ready to go heat racing. Let's see who's on heat race number 1. On the front row, we do have that Dustin Buck and Logan McNitt, just talking about him, Mr. Tom Queering and Austin Strang. Back, he missed last week. Happy to have him back with us. You can see the number 60 car there of Logan McNitt driving the Thomas the Tank Engine Legend car. So I was talking to Mr. Tom Queering about his car, and we noticed something. If you look at his right rear fender, notice how it's black. He got a little close with a torch and there might have been a little too much varnish on it, so it did get a little charred. I mean, it's still working just fine, so no concerns there. But right now it's been crispied. Hopefully it won't slow him down at all tonight. Alright, we're getting ready to go green flag racing, coming out of turn number 4. Pace car dips in. Dustin Buck's gonna lead us to the green flag. Buck jumps out to an early lead. Logan McNitt and Tom Queering battling side by side for second. As we come out of turn number 2, you do have to be careful. There is a bump down on the inside of the corner. If you get down a little too low, you could hit that and upset your car quite a bit. Tom Queering's going to take over that P2, trying to chase down Dustin Buck. We do have only 8 laps in our heat race, no cautions. And where you finish will be where you start on the inside row for heat race number 1. Tom Queering closing that gap on Dustin Buck. Although Dustin did set... Oh, Tom Queering set down the quickest time last lap at a 17:25 to Buck's 17:28. Logan McNitt falling back. Looked like he must have got loose and crashed. 10 seconds off the pace now. Oh, last lap. Dustin Buck answers back with a 17:09 to a 17:11 by Tom Queering. Tom closing that gap. Really, the only battle on the field right now is between these two drivers. Jump on board with the 46 car of Tom Queering. Tom Queering continuing to set down some amazing lap times. 16:93 for the 46 car. He's all over that 68 machine. Looking to find a spot to stick his nose in. Looking for any kind of opening that Dustin Buck's going to give him. We got 2 laps to go. See if Tom's going to use that bumper on this last lap. Ooh, gets a little bit loose, had to chase it. That might give Buck the slight advantage he needs to hold on to the win tonight. In heat race number 1, going into turn number 4, Dustin Buck's going to hold on to this one. Tom Queering a very close second. Austin Strang in 3rd. Logan McNitt in 4th. What a great race by these two. Pardon me. Alright, heat race number 2. Starting on the front row, Larson Parker, Hunter Wellman, Dean Qualley, and Bad Brad Steffen. Cars are starting to roll off. Standings. Larson Parker leading with 346 over Brad Steffen at 323. Green flag is in the air. Larson Parker jumping out to an early lead. On that low line, trying to take second away from Larson Parker. Hunter Wellman in the 64, Brad Steffen currently running in fourth, trying the high line around here. Not a line we would normally see these guys take. But Brad's got one fast ride, and he's trying to capitalize. Dean Qualley holding on to second right now over Hunter Wellman. Hunter's looking for a line on the bottom. Wellman racing in the chat says, "Let's go Hunter." Cheering him on right now. Hunter's holding on to third. Larson Parker continuing to dominate, although Hunter Wellman did have the fastest lap last time with a 16:79. 3 laps to go. He's running out of time now. Still trying to get by that 17 of Dean Qualley. Dean not making any mistakes, so even though Hunter is faster, unable to take advantage of that speed. White flag is in the air for Larson Parker. Down the back straightaway one last time. Parker's going to hold on. Qualley in second, Wellman in third, Stefan in fourth. We're going to be right back. Alright, we got our feature race creating up.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Alright, starting on the front row, we got Dustin Buck and Larson Parker. Row number 2, Tom Queering and Dean Qualley. Row number 3, that 33 of Austin Strang. Outside of him, we have the 64 of Hunter Wellman. Row number 4, Logan McNitt and Brad Steffen. Those guys have their work cut out for them, starting way in the back tonight. Larson Parker, Dustin Buck are going to lead us to the green flag. Light us off on the pace car. Should see him dipping off here very soon. There he goes. We're going to get the green coming out of turn number 4. Got Buck on the bottom, Parker on the high side. Green flag is up in the air. Side by side through 1 and 2. Oh! The 18 hops the rear wheel of the 68 machine, making him fall back. Tom Curring's going to move into second. Larson Parker falls back to third. Looks like we might have had some contact back deeper in the field. We got a huge spread out now between the top 3 and the rest of the field. Dean Qualley shows 15 seconds off. These guys are only running a 21-second lap. There he is right there in front of our leaders already. Here comes Larson Parker back on the bottom, getting underneath the 46 of Tom Curring, looking to take second place away. Dean Qualley and those guys that got involved in that early skirmish looking for a caution flag, but nothing out yet. Larson Parker looking to make a move on our leader. He's going to take the lead away, opening up the door for Tom Curring to take away the second place from Dustin Buck as they close the gap. On our lap car of Dean Qualley. Dean very close to going a lap down, only 6 laps into this race. Jumping on board with the 18 machine as he tracks down Dean Qualley to put him a lap down. I can hear him banging that chip. He's putting that little motor through all of its paces here tonight. He has set the fast. Oh, Dean Qualley spins. Spun into the pits. No caution for the 17 machine spinning out. Larson Parker on a tear. Fastest lap, that last lap was 1680. Oh, getting up on that berm just a little bit. He's got to be careful. You can see him all fighting that wheel, almost sliding it into the corner. Dustin Buck back up into second place now, trying to reel that 18 machine back in. We've seen in other series where Dustin Buck is pretty good at saving some tires till the end. We'll see if he's saving now or if he's going full out. Tom Curring right on the back bumper of that 68 machine. A little foggy out there today, but not too bad. Austin Strang in that 33. He's got a mess of traffic behind him. Logan McNitt trying to go to the high side. Hunter Wellman's going to take away the spot. Oh, Brad Stefane gets loose right in front of Dean Qualley now, who is 1 lap down. Dean hoping for a caution. He's in the lucky dog position. These cars all bunched up. Bad Brad Stefan way out wide. Trying to get the high line moving. He looks like he's making up ground. He is to the rear quarter panel of the 33 machine. Brad making passes on that high side. But as they're battling for position, Hunter Wellman is stretching that gap out. They do have a long way to go to catch Tom Curring in third, though. 9 seconds. Brad and Strang battling side by side yet. Then we got McNitt and Quali. Their little trains have hooked up. Ooh, Dean get loose one more time. Dean battling a really loose race car. Brad goes way out wide, almost into the grass. Up front, Larson Parker has stretched that lead out over Dustin Buck. 1.3 seconds. Dustin Buck still has a mirror full of Tom Queering. Tom looking for a little bit of speed or maybe just an opening from Buck to challenge for second place. If you are looking for a place to race, check out Rusty Misfits Racing League. We got racing 3 nights a week, 5 different series. Monday nights we race right now we're racing ARCA series on Monday nights. Tuesday nights we got Strange Brew Racing Legend series followed by the FALCONGRAFIX mini stocks. Wednesday night we are currently off, but we have a series we're working on for next season to come into that slot. Thursday nights we have dirt cars. 2 different series running the dirt series on Thursday nights. We got the mini stocks followed by the UMP modifieds. We should have something you like and a schedule that'll help you fit it into your night. So come check us out. Rusty Misfits Racing League. Contact Dean Qualley or Mick Olofsson and they can hook you up. Buck and Parker. First and second. Parker with a 1.8 second lead now over Dustin Buck. Tom Queering sitting in third. Hunter Wellman in fourth. 11, almost 12 seconds back from our leader. Brad Steffen, who has cleared now the 33 of Strang. Trying to make a challenge for fourth place on Hunter Wellman. Fifth place, we got the 33 of Austin Strang. The 17 of Dean Qualley, who is a lab cars, passing him at the moment. The 60 car, who is also a Thomas the Tank Engine car, is battling Strang for position. Looks like Hunter Wellman has went off track, but no caution. Let's see what happened here. Whoa. Take another look at that. A little different angle maybe. Oh, he had some help from the 89 machine. Gave him a little tap in the back end. So back up front, not much has changed. Larson Parker. Dustin Buck, Tom Queering, 1, 2, 3. Larson Parker getting real close to catching the 60 of McNitt and putting him and Austin Strang a lap down. "17 laps to go. We've went leading green so far through this event. As I was saying, right after this event, join us on our Rusty Misfits Racing League page on YouTube. I got a link in the show description. And we will be there right after this for FALCONGRAFIX Mini Stock Series. I do believe we are at 5 flags tonight. Wow, I cannot punctuate my words properly. yes, we are at 5 flags for 75 laps. Huge gap now between Larson Parker and Dustin Buck, 3 seconds. Tom Queering holding on pretty strong behind Dustin Buck. Only 0.6 of a second separate second and third. Larson Parker has gotten around McNitt and Strang. Brad Steffen's going to be the next car he sets his sights on. Ooh, unfortunately, Hunter Wellman is out. Looks like he has crashed for a second time and jumped his car into the pits. Right on board the number 60 here, as he's been trying to work his way around that 33 machine now for a good 20 laps. 10 laps to go for Larson Parker, who is right in front of those two cars we were just looking at. Larson is closing the gap on Brad Steffen. Larson Parker has run a textbook race so far tonight. Biggest mover of the night, Bad Brad Steffen. He is up 4 positions. Heartbreak Award goes to Dean Qualley, down 3 positions. Seven laps to go for Larson Parker, Dustin Buck, Tom Queering. Tom looks like he's got a handful of that 46 machine. Looks like it's getting a little loose on him. I do want to thank everybody for coming out and spending your Tuesday night with us here at the Strange Brew Racing Legend Series. Buck and Queering closing in on the lap cars now of McNitt and Strang. They're battling for position right in front of our second and third place cars. 4 laps to go for Larson Parker. These lap cars might just be what Tom Queering needs to get a move on that 68 machine. Looks like Tom's trying to maybe get something going on that high side as Buck gets trapped down below behind him. Two laps to go for Larson Parker. White flag lap is in the air for Larson Parker and that number 18 machine. Larson Parker brings home another one. Dustin Buck in second, Tom Queering in third, Brad Steffen in fourth, Austin Strang in fifth, Logan McNitt in sixth, Dean Qualley in seventh, Hunter Wellman in eighth. So that's going to be Larson Parker's 5th win of the season. Logan coming up and saying howdy. Logan and the 18 are brothers. All right, we'll give these gentlemen just a minute and we will get them up in the booth for an interview. All right, bringing home that number 46 machine in third place, we got Mr. Tom Queering.
How's it going, Mick?
Not too bad. Man, you did everything you could to try to get by that 68 machine. He put up a battle though.
Yeah, it's I mean, we know Dustin's a pretty quick driver there, but this is a bit of a tougher track than what we've normally hit. And one lap, I felt like I'd be a little bit quicker than him, and the next lap, he was a little quicker than me. And it was just, I gave it everything I had, but came up that little short.
Overall, you did have a better fastest lap than him.
Well, I think following guys that are faster than you like that helps you learn a lot about, where to place the car and where to find that little bit extra speed, how to roll the center, just find that little extra trick that they're using that you're not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One thing I noticed on this track you do have to be leery about is that bump in the corners if you get too low.
Oh yeah, I caught that. I'll call it the berm there to kind of delineate the apron of the track, and yeah, that's I caught it once and just about lost her. I don't know how I even kept that as close to Dustin after I bumped that as I did.
Yeah, that on these little cars can really upset them.
Oh yeah, easy. These cars are on edge, even going in a straight line. Never mind when you hit a bumper or give the wheel a little bit too much of a twitch.
Now, were you banging the limiter going down the front straightaway as well?
Oh yeah. I was running third gear there, and I was getting right on that, right on the upper limit of that RPM band.
Well, you gave that little car everything it had tonight. Brought home that 46 machine in third. A good run for you.
I'm definitely feeling it. My shoulders and upper arms are sore right now, fighting that car that hard for 50 straight laps.
Yeah, there was no caution. I mean, I think Hunter spun out once or twice, but when he spun off, he was off of the racing surface, so iRacing said no cautions.
Well, Hunter must have spun, and Dean spun right in front of me and Dustin there at one point near the midway part of the race, and he just got clear of the track far enough there that, yeah, again, no caution for that one. And
It makes for a crazy night.
Absolutely.
Well, congratulations on your third place finish. Who do you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Well, you know what? I got a couple of sponsors on board here. They helped me out with my race for the kids here this March. Starosta Trucking, DJ's Windows, and Aerial Access. We couldn't put that on that great event helping support our local children's hospital without guys like those guys putting up the payout money. So big shout out to those guys for supporting my team.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much, and we look forward to maybe me visiting you up in the booth here in a little bit.
Yeah, with any luck, if I have any win to do the broadcast after this race.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, coming home in second tonight, we got that number 68 machine of Mr. Dustin Buck.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm still out of my element in these. When Tom got by me and I got underneath him, I had an aha moment, because in order to pass him cleanly and without really getting into him on exit, I learned how you're supposed to drive out of the corners. And I had 30 laps of overdriving and putting too much on the right rear. So like once I figured that out, then I got by Tom and pulled away from him. But the lap traffic made it interesting there at the end. But I don't know. I had fun. I ran second. Larson just straight up whooped us. But it's kind of one of those things. I learned 30 laps into that feature that what I was doing wrong. I knew I was doing something wrong. But Once I learned it, it calmed the car down coming out of the corners, and then like I just pulled away from Tom after that. But I had abused the rears for way too long to be relevant and run Larson down. Um, we start over, and I have 4 fresh tires and know how to drive it, and I don't know that there's still a race. Larson's just pretty good in these. He must run them a lot.
Yeah, he's pretty badass in those cars. He's got them figured out.
Yeah, all I'm saying is it wouldn't have been 6 seconds, maybe 3. But yeah, I mean, just once I figured out how to drive it, then my lap times at that time got better compared to the 10 previous, and instead of Tom catching and passing me, I pulled away from him. But it was fun. It's always fun to get out of your element, get into something you don't usually drive, and it's fun. I like to think I learned something when I run these. I definitely learned from Larson, that's for sure.
Well, congratulations on finishing second. Are you going to come back for the mini stock race?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna check that out. The tire wear in those, if I'm on my A game, they I I seem to be able to save tires in them pretty good. So I think I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll give Larson a run.
All right, buddy. We look forward to seeing you back on that one then.
Yeah, have a good one. Thanks, man.
You too. All right, doing it once again, 5th time this season. Larson Parker bringing home the checkered flag.
What's up, Mick? Glad to be back.
Not much, buddy. Yeah, 6-second lead over the rest of the field tonight.
All right, I came in tonight with some pretty high hopes, seeing that I run these for a weekly series, and I run the officials almost every day, all day. So I had some hopes coming in because this is what that feels like, the first legend card track on the schedule. So
Yeah, you definitely knew how to get around that place. Fastest lap of the night, 16.8 seconds.
yeah, and that's pretty slow for that track. The track was just really loose tonight, but I mean, it is what it is. I love a driver track, and that's definitely what it was tonight. So
Well, congratulations. You are going to extend your points lead over Brad Steffen by quite a bit. I think he finished 4th tonight, but you led every single lap tonight, I do believe.
besides the first few, I believe, yeah, started in second, bounced back to third, and had to race him.
Okay. Well, yeah, you're definitely going to add some cushion there with only, 4 laps left to go? Or 4 races left to go, I should say?
Yeah, hopefully I'm trying to get as big of a gap as I can going into the championship night because I probably won't be there. So
Gotcha. Well, congratulations on bringing home the win tonight, and we look forward to seeing you back next week.
oh yeah, that's the goal.
All right, buddy, you have a good night, and we'll see you back here in the mini stock shortly.
All right, you too, Mick.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here with the Strange Brew Racing Legend Series. Larson Parker brings home win number 5 on the season. Dustin Buck second, Tom Kringen third. And we're going to be back in action here shortly with the FALCONGRAFIX Mini Stock Series live from Five Flags. Check out our sister station, the Rusty Misfits Racing League. There is a link posted in the show description tonight, and we look forward to seeing you there, and maybe you can watch me not wreck. All right, everybody, you have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for tuning in.